Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel for Lost Mods, where everything philosophical is discussed. Now, today I'll be talking about this video is titled Trusting the Uncertainty. So, during the course of our lives, during the course of being human, there's a natural inclination of the mind to continuously and chronically seek for certainty, looking for certainty. We're looking for certainty in our relationships. We're looking for certainty in our finances. We're looking for certainty in our dreams and our aspirations coming true. We're looking for certainty in our lives. We're looking for certainty in all aspects within our existence. And coercively, we're evading, we're avoiding an existential dilemma of life essentially being uncertain. The nature of life is uncertain. We do not know what the next moment holds. I mean, we can make the assumption. I can make the prediction that in the next 5 minutes this is going to happen. I may have a friend who calls me and say, "Oh, okay, dude, I'm actually on my way. I'll be there in 2 minutes." I can make the assumption that in the next 5 minutes I'll see my friend. But within the experience of life, that's not the case. You can never make assertions for the next moment because we do not know what the next moment will hold, what the next moment will bring. So we're faced with this dilemma, and that is why religion exists. It's because it addresses this fundamental issue of being human, or this fundamental dilemma of being human, shall I say, of not desiring uncertainty. We're continuously looking for certainty. So religion provides us a template that can make us certain as to how we should live our lives, and it also gives certainty for what is going to transpire after our death, right? So I'm here to give you a new perspective on uncertainty and how we can cultivate and actually utilize uncertainty to our advantage, right? So trusting the uncertainty is paramount, because if you do not trust the uncertainty, the natural inclination of the mind will activate, and you will imagine scenarios that could possibly go wrong, or negative situations that could possibly transpire out of that uncertainty, right? So it's not that we're afraid of the uncertainty itself. We are afraid of what may come forth from that uncertainty. You see, we want to know so that we have an idea. We want to know so that we can prepare ourselves. We want to know so that we can be at ease, right? But uncertainty does not provide us with that ease. In fact, it makes us even more uncomfortable because now we do not have an idea on what we're going to experience. So then we superimpose our fears, right, onto this uncertainty, and then coercively make the assumption that whatever is going to happen will somehow, some way, like, put you in some kind of danger. And this, like, of course, evolution is responsible for this, because during the course of our evolution, anytime we were faced with uncertainty actually was a threat to our existence and survival. Because if we're not certain that if we tread along these terrains, then we might come across lions or other predators. So we need to be certain that if we walk in this territory, these are the kind of animals that we may encounter. So now, whenever there was uncertainty, then that was an immediate threat to our survival. Now, thousands of years now into the future, where we do not have these kind of concerns anymore. Now the things that we are uncertain of, in a lot of cases, not all, sometimes are kind of petty or not necessarily considerable when you look at your life from the grand scheme of things. But nonetheless, we still carry this tendency within the mind to find ways to be certain of things. Okay, so what we need to do is trust the uncertainty, to trust that whatever unravels, you have within you a power that can deal with and handle and manage whatever will spring forth from uncertainty, right? So if you do not know what's going to occur, right? If you do not know what your next step will be, if you do not know what situations you're going to be exposed to, if you're at that moment where you do not know, like the next moment is a total mystery, that is your place of power. Because if you understand the double slit experiment, of course, there are myriads of ways to interpret this experiment. So this is my interpretation of it, that we can collapse the wave function. The wave function is possibility. It's pure probability. That's uncertainty. That's life. That's the nature of life. There's uncertainty. It's probability. There's nothing that is certain. So it's the power of consciousness. It's the power of the observer, that when the observer observes the wave, it collapses into one specific experience and one distinguishable event. So in that uncertainty, that is your platform to visualize whatever it is that you desire to spring forth from that uncertainty, right? And hold that chronically within your mind, okay? Then that brings more certainty, because now you're bringing intention, you're bringing in expectation, and you're bringing in certainty in a situation that has no certainty. So, of course, you'll get many people that say, okay, just ride in that uncertainty and be okay with not knowing. True, okay, but that's incomplete. Be a person who's in their center and who knows, even when things are uncertain, trusting that whatever's going to occur, you know, you have certainty that you have within you what it needs for that situation to be solved, or for whatever's going to transpire from that uncertainty. You have certainty that you can deal with that, and that you can overcome it, or you can utilize it and integrate it into who you are and who you know yourself to be. But you can only do that if you bring certainty into who you are. Because if you're not certain in who you are, then everything else that is an extension of self will be uncertain. Once you are certain of who you are, then you bring more certainty into your life. And once you're certain and you know thyself, then certainty becomes the underlining feeling within life, not this existential dilemma that we've continuously been perpetrating throughout human existence. This basic feeling of feeling like we're not in place, that we're strangers, or we're in opposition to the universe and to life and to our existence. Whereas we can come from a place where we know ourselves, where we know that we are pure consciousness, and we are certain that we are the observer first, before anything that occurs in our lives. And because we are the observer first, we are certain of that. I think, therefore I am. That is the only thing that we are certain of. That is our existence, right? You cannot deny that you exist. In denying that you exist, you've actually reinstated the fact that you exist. So that is the one thing that we can be certain of. And in that certainty, realize that nothing that occurs, nothing that springs forth from uncertainty can tamper with that truth. Then, from that point on, you carry the state of being safe. You carry the state of being not at being at ease per se, but you're certain, you're stable, you're not moved by the going downs of the world. You're not moved by circumstances anymore because you carry the spirit of certainty in an uncertain world, right? So trust that whatever occurs from uncertainty will be to your benefit. And once you trust, then automatically what comes out from uncertainty will always aid and assist you in your journey within the course of your life. But if you don't trust it, then the natural inclination of the mind is going to visualize things that could potentially go wrong or things that you do not desire, and thus you increase the probability of that springing forth from uncertainty. Okay, so for example, with Roxy, right? I told you that my dog has been experiencing like some pains because of a tumor, so we cut that out, and now she's actually very healthy. She's actually very good. And within that interim, though, before this moment of her actually being healed, I was in that process of seeing just how bad this tumor was affecting her. Like her energy levels were very low. In fact, there were many times I had thoughts of like actually putting her down because I saw just how much pain that she was in. Now, at that moment, in those moments, I was in uncertainty. I was literally swimming in uncertainty. But the more I accepted this uncertainty, the more I grew certainty that whatever happens out of this, not only will I be able to deal with it, but I can move past it. And because I created certainty within myself, then coercively I was able to take the correct actions that needed to be taken and trust that whatever happened after the actions that I took from certainty, from the state of being of certainty, then I know that I have done my part, and then I allowed the universe to do its job. And the universe does its job in things that you are uncertain of. Okay. So trusting the uncertainty is paramount. It's your place of power. And you do that by further overlapping uncertainty with certainty in your being. And certainty in your being coercively results in you knowing that you're the determining factor in your life. Your attitude and states of consciousness determine how this uncertainty unfolds. So once you realize that, then there's nothing that can move you from the uncertainty. So thank you guys for listening to this video. Please like it, please share it, and please comment if you have something to say. And to end it off, as I always end it off, for those who seek no more, for in the present we find it all. Thank you very much, guys.